So here it is, guys. This is the 2020 GMC Denali 2500 HD with the 6.6 liter Duramax diesel paired to an Allison transmission. This is an absolute beauty. And more importantly, look at this view. It's like the two kind of just perfectly go together. This has been a fun truck to drive. We've been in this truck now for a while, driving it around up, down grades, around curves. It is a beautiful truck from the interior. It handles great from an engine performance standpoint. It's very comfortable on the inside. Definitely a truck that if you're in the market for a 3/4 ton truck or even a 1 ton or a dually, you need to look at this. You need to look at the Rams, you need to look at the Fords, but you really need to look at all of them because they've all come so far. They're so much better than they ever have been. They're all worth taking a look at. Anyways, we're gonna hop back in and continue on down. Yeah, so we are kind of demonstrating the exhaust brake right now. We are, what do you think this is, about a 6% grade, you think?
Well, the sign, 10% right here. We have lower gear, 10% grade going down. We're going backside on Teton Pass, going down into Dregs. If you know this pass at all, it is fun in the wintertime would be the way to say it. It's scenic as hell, which means that the tourists drive like crap, so if you're local, you're going to be pissed off about it. But I'm doing 28 miles an hour. My foot is off everything. I'm sitting like I'm sitting in a chair. 29 miles an hour. What are we at? Like say 1,700 RPMs, something in that range. Got a couple RVs in front of me, so I'm just gonna kind of.
Well, you're actually slowing down quicker than they are too.
Yeah,
just on exhaust brake only.
And automatic transmission. We don't have any manuals these days, and so here I'm at 2,000 RPMs, about 34 miles an hour, and I'm just coasting down the hill.
So here's going to be an interesting comparison. So at the Ram heavy duty drive event, they had 35,000 pounds hitched up to a Ram max tow, and going down a 6% grade, I had my foot off of the brake as well and just riding the exhaust brake, and it maintained about 30 miles an hour, 35 miles an hour the entire time. So
yeah, we're actually slowing down. I got to keep speeding up a little bit before the Subaru throws a fit, throws a granola at me.
I'm going to tell you what, though. I mean, it's a lot to be said about these trucks that they're putting in such effective exhaust brakes. You know?
I think it's really interesting, the exhaust brake angle on this, because in my view, in my experience, I only deal with exhaust brake when you're towing.
Yeah.
But when you've been in the mountains and you're driving the mountains, I used to live in the middle of Colorado, and when you're doing the mountain stuff, a lot of times you're downshifting because you're trying to make the engine work so you're not going to blow your brakes out because you're not going to overheat them. But to be able to use the exhaust brake setting without shifting and just comfortably drive down the mountain, again, it's maybe I'm going to say this too many times, but it's driver fatigue.
Yeah, one less thing to wear you out.
Yeah, the more that I want to get to the campsite, I want to crack a beer and have a good time, rather than being like, oh, geez, I hooked up the camper, I dropped it off, now I got to take a nap because I'm too tired because we drove all the way from, some major city or something. So this is, again, it's comfortable to go down the mountain. We went down that mountain pass and touched my brakes probably 6 times, and it's a 4 mile 10% grade going down.
Definitely an effective engine exhaust brake for this size of truck. Again, once we hitch up to a fifth wheel and we take one of those trucks down, we're going to see a little bit, I think we're going to get a much better feeling of how effective it's going to be for most people who are going to be towing larger fifth wheels through this type of conditions and terrain. So far, what do you think about it? What do you think about the driving feel impression?
I think it's an interesting vehicle, interesting truck, I should say, because I agree, the hood is kind of tall, but you are sitting up higher, For me, at 5'6" to get in this truck, well, 5'7" a good day with my boots on, to get in and out of the truck, it's a little bit of a step up, a step in. It's got that semi-truck feel to it. But when you get up here, I feel like I have a pretty good visibility. The mirrors are always interesting to me because now I can see more above them because of the placement of them. So it feels like I can have a better viewing angle area and stuff with these mirrors, but I don't know that it makes that big of a difference because now I have more sky to see, but I'm not really seeing more road. It's an interesting thing they did with the design on that. I think the ride quality's, I mean, my goodness, I've been driving trucks for years, and for this to be a 1 ton, it doesn't feel as stiff as 1 tons are. I'm not hitting the bumps as hard. It's much more softer suspension. and we're unladen in this case, and it doesn't feel like I need to put 500 pounds of payload in the bed.
Well, I'll tell you, brother, hopping out of a 450 and hopping into this thing feels buttery smooth. I mean, a 450 has a lot of things kind of working against it in terms of, you know, that smooth ride. It doesn't have the cushiest tires. It doesn't have the cushiest suspension. It's designed to haul payload, and it's designed to have a very rigid tire to do it with.
Well, the cool part is you're freehanding your camera. So if you guys, when you guys are watching this on YouTube, you can actually see on the screen the vibrations we're feeling as we're going over there.
Yeah.
You're going to get the real feel from that by watching the screen. Now, if you have to pause and go throw up, well, I'm sorry for that. You need to take a little pill. But I think you're going to get that same feel that we're going to get from it. But, you know, I'm very comfortable driving this. I'm very comfortable here going up a grade. And we're going with the pass. It's 10% grade, so it's a pretty significant uphill, and it'll be pretty significant going down. And I don't have any... I'm not getting worn out. I'm not getting driver fatigue driving this.
Wait until we haul one of those big fifth wheels. See what happens then.
That could change.
So we'll see how that feels. But honestly, I have a feeling it's going to handle it to my expectations. And what my expectations are is that it's going to do a pretty good job slowing it down. It's going to do a pretty good job accelerating up the hill, because all of these new heavy duty trucks, regardless of if you're looking at a Ram, if you're looking at a Ford or a General Motors trucks, they've really provided you the amount of power you need to more effectively move larger trailers and to slow them down, which is equally, if not more important. Anyways, guys, we're going to keep on this trail. Tim? Hey. We're going to stay together this whole time?
Absolutely.
He's my new truck partner.
I got a lot of things to say. Well,
hey, so do I. We're YouTubers. I mean, getting us to shut up's the problem. Anyways, guys, if you haven't had a chance, take a moment and subscribe to
Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk
and Big Truck, Big RV. Talk to you guys later.